Good morning, Rogers Park. Please join me, my friend Jared, in saying the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thanks, Jared. It's Friday, everybody. Woohoo! We made it through another week. It's the end of our A week, and your classes are up here on the screen. They're also in PowerSchool, and you should be checking that Danbury email and getting into those Google Classrooms. I hope all of our 6th grade friends found their correct new 6th grade rotation and that you enjoyed it. I hope you're continuing to enjoy Miss Michaelik's read aloud of Coraline, the appropriately spooky novel. Safe Schools Week continues with Be Neighborly Day. Make the time to spread some kindness by taking a walk outside and waving hello to your neighbors from a safe distance. Being neighborly is a great way to help combat isolation and make the others around you feel safe. Thanks in advance to everyone who participates. A reminder for the Garden Club. You have a garden session on Monday, October 26th at the school garden near the large parking lot at the south of the school. Please have your parents drop you off at 2:45 and pick you up promptly at 4. Please dress for the weather and working outside. Ensure that you have that mask. Please bring some water to drink and check the Google Classroom for any updates. Math Club will be having its first meeting of the year on Thursday, October 29th at 3 p.m. Please join Ms. Schussler's Google Classroom for more information. We're going to be rounding out our virtual orientation of the hybrid model, which begins on October 26th. That's this Monday. We're going to end with some general building information. PE class. I cannot stress enough to you that you will be going outside for as long as possible, as long as it's not raining really hard or snowing or super cold. So you really need to pay attention to what special you have each day so that you are appropriately dressed for PE. And the weather. That might mean wearing layers or bringing some gloves or a hat or a coat. You will be outside. You will be allowed to take off your mask as you'll be distanced appropriately, and you will be engaging in physical activity. When it rains or when it gets too cold, we will be conducting PE indoors. The gym is set up with yoga mats socially distanced so that you can still engage in physical activity. When you're inside, your mask will remain on. However, you will not be doing super strenuous activity. It's going to be more stretching and yoga where it wouldn't cause you to breathe too heavily. As always, you must dress appropriately for PE. That means no jeans. This is the day for leggings, for yoga pants, for sweatpants, for something that is stretchable and movable. And also, the dress code applies, which means there's no open-toed shoes, flip-flops, slides, or sandals. You should see shoes on everybody's feet that cover their toes and their heels. Our Media Center has an online catalog and a Google form to check out books. We would really love for you to continue your independent reading by checking out a book from the Media Center. The books will be returned via a drop box in each of the classrooms. The books will sit in a COVID hold for 72 hours before the media specialists return them to circulation. Sadly, at this time, you will not be able to drop into the Media Center to do any book shopping or anything else. Classrooms have been arranged with a 6-foot corridor for the teachers at the front of the classroom. It's indicated by a blue stretch of tape at the front of the room. Once you enter the classroom and sit in your seat, you are not permitted to pass the blue line unless you need to leave the classroom to use the restroom or it's time to go, or unless the teacher asks you to. There are about 4 to 6 feet between desks or chairs at tables. Shoulder to shoulder, you will be about 6 feet apart. Back to front, it's around 4 to 6 feet. All of the tables and chairs are facing the same direction, and all the desks and chairs need to remain in the designated location to meet these health and fire safety guidelines. You are not allowed to move your chair. If it's at the end of a table, leave it at the end of the table. If it's in the middle, you leave it in the middle. We've measured them, and that is where they need to stay. You are not allowed to turn your desk around. If the back is facing the teacher, that is how it has to stay. All teachers will be assigning seats. It is up to the teacher how that happens. If your teacher decides to do it alphabetical or they do it by pairs, it's up to the teacher. Classroom doors will remain open throughout the day. They're locked in case we need to do a lockdown, but they are open. The windows will also remain open so that we have a fresh air coming in. That means you should dress appropriately for when it gets cooler. The heat is on, but the windows will be open, so you might want to wear layers. You may not line up outside of a classroom. I spoke to this yesterday. I'm going to repeat it today. When you enter the building or between transitions, you are walking directly to your next class. You are not hanging out in the hallways in a nice straight line, 6 feet apart, and you're going to go into the classroom and sit down and get ready to learn. This is an example of what a classroom setup looks like when the students' backs are to the teacher. This is an example of when the desks are facing the teacher. This is an example of how we change the computer lab into a classroom. Something else to remember that's very important is that you may not share any materials with anyone else. That is why your art teacher spent time putting together a package that you were to pick up so that you can use at home, but you'll also be bringing it in and using it here. So if you did not pick up your art supplies, then when you come into school, if you're blue on Monday, if you're orange on Thursday, you will pick it up then. If you're a distance learning child, you can pick up your art supplies between 7:30 and 3 o'clock any given day. The classroom libraries will not be open for students to bookshop. The classroom teachers will be able to bookshop for you periodically, in the same manner as how we're doing the media center. You must bring a backpack or some type of bag to keep all of your items because you are not using your lockers. No lockers. Something to carry all of your supplies. This is a picture of all the different supplies you need. Please, please, please plug your computer in at night so that it's fully charged. Bring, though, your device charger just in case. We don't have a lot of spots to charge. Please make sure you bring your earbuds that have a microphone. If you've already gotten your notebook, pens, pencils, and highlighters, you have to bring these. We don't have them to share. Bring Post-it notes, a hand pencil sharpener so that you can sharpen your pencil throughout class because we're not going to be able to use those wall ones. An individual pack of tissues just in case. Some hand sanitizer. We do have it all over the building, but just in case, it's not a bad idea to have a small bottle on you. Make sure you have that mask and that it covers your nose and your mouth. You will be getting your lunch in the morning, and there will be a healthy snack in there, but if you want to bring a healthy snack like a piece of fruit, please do that. Do not bring something you got to get all over your hands because you're not going to be putting your hands in your mouth. So no Takis and all that stuff that turns your hands colors that it shouldn't be. Also, remember to bring a water bottle. The water fountains are not able to be used. They're covered up. 2 other things I need for you to bring is an independent reading book. You never know what's going to happen to the internet. And so if it happens to go down, then you're going to need something to do, which is read a book. Also, I mentioned it before, but bring your art supplies. We are not sharing supplies, so you need to bring your art supplies. I want to go over something I learned yesterday when I was helping a student after school. If you log into your PowerSchool and you click on school information, ta-da, your bus location, the bus number, and the time at which it will pick you up and drop you off is right there if you scroll down on the page. It also has lots of other information, but that is super important. So many of you have been emailing me, even though I gave you your bus number in that email I sent you on Tuesday. I didn't know where your drop-off time places were. This tells you in PowerSchool where you're going to get dropped off and picked up. You have some questions? You can find the answers on my YouTube channel. Link is right there, and you get sent it every morning. They're in the morning announcements. All 5 days this week, we've done a mini orientation each day. It has lots of information. I also sent you an email. Here are pictures of it. Here's the first parent hybrid model info night we did. Here, look, we got over 1,000 views. Here's the second one we did last night. This is the comprehensive email, just a snippet of it, that I sent to you on Tuesday. Everybody got one, whether you're in the blue group, the orange group, or distance learning. Everybody got this one. And you see, it tells you your bus number right here. But I didn't know where you got dropped off, so you're going to go back and look in PowerSchool. But it has everything you need. If you looked through all those things and you still have a question, you can email me, but I'm going to refer you back to all the things we've shared. That's it for this Friday, Rogers Park. Can't wait to see our blue group on Monday and our orange group on Thursday. And our distance learning friends online. We miss you guys. Stay safe and do your work.